Greetings, welcome to the Lightroom Forecast 2022 first reading for this year. Hope you've been having a wonderful time of it, holiday season, all of that sort of thing. Must say it did feel like a kind of relief as it drew towards the end of 2021. But yeah, of course, globally, uncertainty still reigns, does it not? Anywho, let's get stuck into this reading. It's for the collective. It is for the new moon in Capricorn that has just passed, but still resonates. There's always a lot of activity up there in the skies, isn't there? So let's have a look, people. Let's see. We're looking at overarching energies at this time. And I'm just doing it off the bat here. They're all face down. We're looking at our choices at this time. Moving forward, traits for ease. And then we'll go through and clarify, moving forward, what could be possibly coming in. We've got two cards there. So let's have a look-see. Overarching energies. There are decisions to be made in terms of what we put our energy into at this point in time. Of course, these are really general readings, and this is a reading for the collective at this time. So we have the Two of Swords. A decision in process. There's time involved here, of course. It's not like we're making this decision straight away. With it, we have the Knight of Discs, a great, could you say, a great manager of things. And the Prince, we get a lot of the preliminaries and fundamentals put into place. With the Knight, now he comes, or she, non-gendered here, to manage. So it looks like there's overarching, like the great umbrella, overarching energies, decisions and process, and how we manage moving forward, how we manage the next step, how we manage our new crops if we've planted, how we manage new projects, how we manage a new way of doing things, possibly as well. Our choices, well, this decision, our choice, look, there's a level of collective grief. We get the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords. This we all understand, this card. It can be memories of sadness and sorrow, memories of something that can't be got back. That's just what I hear. And of course there is, because there's so many changes, shifts, turns, uncertainty. Buzz off, fly. That go away. That things have moved beyond this idea of returning to some whatever is normal, whatever was normal anyway. So there's a level of grief here, but we certainly don't want to be making our choices based on fear and grief, do we? Anyway, traits for ease. Right, so we just follow our own individual idea of what our truth is. We follow this. In an ideal world, of course, we can do that without being lambasted, if that's the right word for it, challenged constantly for it. we all know that the current climate is very much one of, often people thinking that their way is the way, or that their truth is what's true. We don't really need to inflict our own ideas of truth on others. This is the Seven of Wands. It's a card really of standing up for your integrity, which is always a wonderful thing. Standing up for what you believe in, doing the right thing for you. Unfortunately, the human element of expecting others to see the world as you do is just not real. It's not practical. Nevertheless, traits for ease: go within, follow your what's good for you, what you need at this time. Anyway, we'll go through and clarify. As I said, look, it's looking pretty good as we move forward. We're moving more into a balanced zone in this reading. We get the Six of Swords, a wonderful card, indicates a healthier mental attitude or state, just a healthier position to be in, largely mentally, because it's swords, but it's, traditionally we're moving to a calmer place, a more conducive place for ourselves. This comes with the Two of Cups, a beautiful, probably the ultimate card in balance and harmony, mutual giving and receiving. So is it a moving forward scenario? We are, it's all a process, isn't it? There's no actual end point. Everything's a process. So here we have the Six of Swords, much calmer place, a much more balanced scenario moving in through 2022. Interestingly, I think, the three, not the three sixes, the three twos, six being a wonderful balanced, harmonious card, certainly on the Tree of Life. It's a wonderful number, the sixes. So let's go through and clarify. So yeah, there is no end point. Everything is just a process. We remember that. It can sort of sometimes help lessen any anxiety that might be occurring. Now let's just focus. Clarification, please, for this Knight of Discs and the Two of Swords. Two of Swords. Well, we get a few too many cards actually coming out here. As I was saying, balance is the key. So we get three cards to clarify this management of making choices, of making decisions, not based on sorrow or grief. We can't really make an informed decision if it's based on that, really. Well, it depends, doesn't it? Anyhow, with this management, decision and process as overarching energy, we get the Six of Swords again. We are moving to a calmer place. I think 2022, as it progresses towards the middle end of the year, it probably may well be a little bit more. We feel a little bit more stability as the year moves on. A little bit more faith, that things are improving around the world. With the Six of Swords, we get the, it is the 9. Just as a reminder here, the 9 of Swords comes up just as a reminder. Catastrophic thinking does not serve us well, or in fact serve any purpose whatsoever. The 9 of Swords is all about that. Nightmares, waking up, worrying about just worrying. It serves no purpose. It just makes us more scrambled, confused, and anxious. With that, hence again, don't base any decisions. Don't base your decisions on a kind of just a mind field of catastrophic thought. The third card we get is the Chariot. Now the Chariot's, let's face it, a very Cancerian card, of course, but a very feminine card in many respects. This Chariot moves freely and fast from primordial seas of seas of potential life yet to come into form. But it's an incredibly balanced card. That's why the Chariot can move. There's a natural balance happening here. So I do feel that we're in the process of this, of experiencing this as we move through this year. Let's see. Our choices with the Three of Swords. Yeah, we can choose based on past experience of sadness, grief. Just one more card, please, to clarify. Please, if we can. Yeah, we got to keep the old heart valves open here. Now, clarifying the Three of Swords and the decision and the choice position, we get the Four of Cups and the Queen of Cups here. The Four of Cups is actually widening your view, your perspective. If something's not familiar to you, often we don't see it as what it is intended to be. An offering here, we have an offering, a potential of seeing a different perspective. This makes us more emotionally self-sufficient's not the right word. It makes us emotionally more freer, less encumbered by expectations from others, actually, too, or expectations about others, if that makes sense. So yeah, we need to broaden our view here and see things that are on offer, see options that we haven't seen before in terms of how and in what direction we decide to go at this time. The Seven of Wands in the position of traits for ease, standing up for your integrity. The thing is, if we've always relied on oh look, I don't want to go on about it, but robotic thinking, be your own director here, be your own something. We get the Ten of Cups, be your own authority, I guess is more to the point. We get the Ten of Cups, so, find happiness where it lies for you. It's not necessarily a formula that fits everyone. of course, everyone is an individual. There are commonalities like the Ten of Cups, which is sort of seeing levels of emotional satisfaction in your life all around you, from the smallest things to the largest things, primarily in the shape of other people and your ability to receive and to give. With that, we have the Death card and the Moon. Look, sometimes we need to go down deep, and I think from an astrological point of view, depending on what's going on in your chart at the moment, I think there are some quite big challenges in terms of having to trawl down into some dark corners in our own psyche. And it's hard to, sometimes we can get swept along under our own spells. So guidance is highly desired at this current time as we, express our own truth without sounding corny. And moving forward, this is great because, we're actually moving forward now. The general energies around us, we're moving. We're moving. We're moving quite quickly with the Chariot. And moving forward, we're going to get there to the we're in it. We're in the Six of Swords right now. And we are going to get to a more balanced place. So let's just see, clarify please. Then we've got an animal spirit card and a journey map card that are both face down at the end. We might get the old fairies and pixies on board. Just one card please to clarify in some way. Excuse me, the Six of Swords and the Two of Cups. Beautiful balanced cards, both of them. And as often is the case, these readings are often, it's kind of like this bookending thing. As I said before, we're already in the Six. And the Six is at the beginning of this reading. For some reason, there's a slight delay. So we see the Six beginning, clarifying the beginning, and the Six of Swords at the end. To clarify that, we get the Two of Swords, which we have in the overarching energies as well. We're actually moving forward in this decision-making process as we speak right now. The general directive here is to widen your perspective, make choices based not on fear, but on what is your own personal integrity. In order to do that, you do have to kind of go down deep to make sure that you're doing it, with the best intentions for yourself and the people around you, I suppose, and that you're not just operating robotically or under one of your many spells, of which we all can operate under a lot of the time. So anyway, it's looking good. Let's get a little pixie. Fairies, can you give us some insight here? Just a few cards, maybe. We've just got one that wants to come out. Just one more card, maybe. What does thee think? Yeah, this is a collective reading too. We get initially the topsy-turvets. Now which way is up and which way is down? Both views, up and down, look exactly the same, Topsy-turvets. We're in a bit of a topsy-turvy time. With that though, we have these first two cards that came out. We have the Fawn, which is It is a card of counterparts and friendship, and it's very mirrored. We see one side reflects the other. Very mirrored. And then Lozguna, looking at discovering actually new places and spaces in what was a very familiar place, if that makes sense, rediscovering things in your area, in yourself, that you'd forgotten about. Singer of intuition. Lozguna is about movement, not only physical movement, but, movement in your own head, in your heart, in your emotional life. And there we have the singer of intuition. So follow your own guidance. That's what I'm getting from that. When things look quite confusing, follow your own guidance here, whatever that is for you. So let's have a look. Journey map card. Wow, interesting. And Kim Cran's animal spirit, we get the whale. Yes, we need to go quite deep. Enjoy the depths. Because, always come up to the surface again. Beautiful card. I love the whale. I love the whale. And there's a level of freedom in those watery depths, with that. So we've got water and fire, really, but we've got water and fire in the mix to produce something quite amazing. We get the card of eruption. Kind of strange little face when you see that card. And it is about the beautiful byproduct of a literal eruption. We hear the rumblings, before it happens, ideally in preparation. But the beautiful bright byproduct, which is obsidian, that gorgeous black glass. And I think we've been in eruption zone for probably a wee while now. Anyway, well, what else? No, I think that's it for today. So, it's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? But thanks for joining me. This is a collective reading and very general reading. So thank you very much for your likes, shares and subscribes. Please keep doing it. It helps me to keep this going and sort of spurs me on actually to be a bit more within timelines, time and tides and all of that sort of thing. Take good care. Ka kite. Bye. Cheery.